Hi, it's Marte, the business healer. I'm going to do a very short prosperity healing. Today is a landmark day. There are a lot of things happening in the universe. There are a lot of energies that are carrying the energy of surprise and possibly some disruption. And because many of my clients, and many of you in my audience have been talking about fears and things that they're worried about, this is your chance to take advantage of these energies that are moving through the universe today and for the next little while here to let go of what you have been fearful of in regard to your finances and your own prosperity. So take a moment, center yourself, maybe take a couple of breaths. I'm going to take 3 breaths in and hold and exhale and hold. So you can feel free to do that along with me or just listen. Okay, nice, deep, big inhale and hold, exhale, hold. Second one in, hold, exhale, hold. Last one in, hold, and exhale. So I'm going to lead a little bit of a guided visualization while I do the healing. I have my crystals and my tools here, so I'll be doing that healing. Feel free to close your eyes, relax, get settled, and I always recommend that you make sure your limbs aren't crossed. It just helps the energy flow a little bit better. So thank you for joining, and feel free to center yourself, take a couple of breaths, sit back, relax, and enjoy the healing and the meditation. So I invite you to bring your attention to your heart center. Think of something you're grateful for, maybe a fantastic moment that happened, a beautiful moment in your life when something was happening that made you happy. Smile at this event. Replay those feelings of delight, of beauty, of joy. Really remember and reconnect with that moment. Our nervous system doesn't know the difference between then and now. So we're just getting into that loving place, remembering that beautiful memory. And from that place, I invite you to smile at your heart center. Your heart center is a being of love. Feel those increased feelings of love, of peace, of prosperity. Our heart center always has love for us if we just tune in. And it's easy to forget that when we are going about our lives, dealing with stress and forgetting we have this incredible, forever fountain of love. And in that way, that is very abundant. That is the energy of abundance. So smile at your heart. Good. And as you connect with your heart, notice if there's anything in your body that is feeling tense or that is holding on to energy that you'd like to let go of. So be aware of your heart as you just kind of scan your body and notice what is stuck, what is tense, maybe where you're holding old emotions, disappointment, frustration, fear. And just make an intention to let that go. Because when we're prosperous and abundant in our body, we're letting the free flow of energy move through us. We are truly living in abundance. And as within, so without, what's happening on the outside comes from what's happening on the inside. So the cleaner, clearer, the more abundant we're feeling inside, the more those energies translate to the outside. Good. Good. So reconnect with your heart center. Imagine your heart sending out a flow of energy, a flow of healing to those parts of your body those areas of your body, those stuck feelings or thoughts or memories that are not pleasant that might come up along the way. When those come up during healing, it doesn't mean anything is wrong. It actually means that things are moving. So that's actually a really good sign. So as we notice these things passing, they can just pass. We can allow them to pass. It is healthy to allow these energies to move through us, because when we don't allow them to move through us, they get stuck and they cause dis-ease, they cause problems. So make that intention. If it comes through and you notice it, just let it go, let it move through. It doesn't mean anything. It's just energy moving, and that's a very good thing. Great. All right. Now, from that place, I invite you to bring your attention down to your solar plexus. Your heart is here, your solar plexus is here, right between where your ribs meet. There's a little hollow area there. That's your solar plexus. Smile at your solar plexus. Your solar plexus is the center of lower will. It's how we get to connect with survival in terms of getting through difficult, challenging times. So even as you're going through some of that, any time in your life, your solar plexus is really your ally. It is a force for good. It is helping you move through difficult situations. So let's give some love to the solar plexus. Good. And allow the energy to move through. We can often feel, when we feel stressed, often that's the energy center that we'll feel firing up. And let's just thank it for being so sensitive to what's going on to really move that energy. Great. And as you go, I'm cleaning your solar plexus. So now that the energy is clean and clear and moving, let's bring our energy back up to our heart. From that place of love and connectedness and wisdom, go ahead and pull that energy up to your crown center. Imagine some moment in time when things were happening that made you happy. Your crown center is your divine energy center. It's how we pull energy and wisdom down from our higher self. It is in contact with that part of us, the more that we are allowing ourselves to be guided. Sometimes we don't have the answers, especially when it comes to prosperity, the how is it going to happen, when is it going to happen. When we reconnect with the energy and the power of the crown center, we can allow that energy to guide us. We don't always have to have our solar plexus in charge. Sometimes we can surrender and receive. And the leaders that I'm working with often have challenges receiving because they love to give, and there's nothing wrong with that. That is beautiful energy, and that is what gets us very far. But at a certain point, if you want to change your prosperity energy, you must learn and practice to receive. So tune into your crown center and really receive. Maybe there's a message that it's sending through to you, something that it has information that it wants to share with you. So be open to receive. And if something does come to mind, that's your intuition. So trust and remember the very first thing that comes to mind. And when our crown center is free and flowing, it is clear of any stuck energy or blocks, we can fully receive, and we can change the patterns that we may have been holding on to, that have been causing suffering, that have been causing challenges. So what would it be like for you to trust that your crown really does have the answers and knows exactly what to do to pull you into that place of receiving different powers of prosperity? Again, this is a time today, there's a lot of planetary stuff happening, and this is a wonderful time to be open to good disruptions. So maybe if you're not used to receiving and you practice that now, you're going to be in a different place and it may surprise you. This is a great day to practice receiving and good disruptions. Excellent. So just keep feeling that flow from your crown. Allow the energy to move down through your crown and pour into the center of your head. Down, down, down. Down behind your eyes, through your brain. Flowing down a beautiful waterfall of violet, sparkling energy. Allow that to clear out any thoughts that no longer serve you, any excessive willfulness that is standing in your way. We have to have will, we have to have love, and we have to have intelligence. These are the recipe for a prosperous life. And when we get too willful, or we get too loving, not that love is a bad thing, but only love is actually not so helpful sometimes. Sometimes we need to balance it with intelligence and will. That's when things start to flow. So connect with your will center. It's here in the middle of your forehead, in the middle of between your eyes. It's will center. The will center and the third eye, the intuitive center, are very close in the modality that I've studied. They're very close, but they're separate and different. And the modality I've studied is called pranic healing. So just notice and let go of any barriers, willful thinking that no longer serves you. And just notice if you feel any energy moving, if you feel energy is stuck. Maybe you feel an activation in your hands. Maybe you feel things moving around your eyes or your head. Good. And just imagine this violet, beautiful energy flowing down through the third eye, through the will center, and just cleansing it with pure positive energy. Flushing out old patterns, fears, frustration, disappointment, and stuckness. And imagine those things disintegrating and getting flushed out by this beautiful violet light. Now let's pull the energy down to the throat center. The throat center is our center of higher creativity. It's also the center of communication, self-expression. Oftentimes we get in habits of thinking and habits of saying. So your higher logic comes from your throat. Your true intelligence, higher intelligence, is centered in your throat energy center. So notice if there have been things that you haven't said or things that you have said that you're regretting, that you're fearful of, or that have been taking you away from your true goals, your true nature, your true purpose, and your true power. None of that was a bad thing, but also we want to be very purposeful right now. Any moments of disruption, breakdown, disappointment, undelivered communications, or communications that kind of hit us wrong. There's a lot that we're holding on to in our throat center. And when we don't fully express, we are limiting our abundant potential. And there are a lot of us who have learned patterns of thinking around abundance and who believe and repeat these patterns even though we don't mean to. And all of that's fine. Our ancestors did the very best that they could, and it was really challenging. We can honor and respect them and also choose to end the patterns. And all it takes to end the pattern is the intention and the ability to let it go. So maybe imagine sending out all those things, all of those undelivered communications, all of those things that you've said that you regret, the thoughts that feel kind of clunky and gross, just maybe send them out like arrows into the sun. Imagine them disintegrating there into the sun. Do you feel how much energy is moving? This is fantastic. Any sort of stress you had about saying the right thing, knowing the right thing, any worry you've had about the how when it comes to your prosperity, send it like an arrow to the sun and watch it dissolve. Imagine it is exploding on contact, completely disintegrating. Wonderful. Connect with what it would feel like to truly feel free in your self-expression, in your creativity, and in your logic. What if you could say the beautiful things that come to mind? What if you could really believe those things? What would you wish for yourself? This is a magical time for wishes. What would you say to others? How would you want to empower others with your thoughts and words and your actions? All of it starts with the throat. And you can bring in your crown to help energize that. Just imagine that beautiful violet light moving down, dissolving anything that no longer serves you, and activating your prosperity power to the very fullest. Good. Now let's bring our attention back down to your heart. Flow that beautiful violet energy back down to your heart center. Front heart and back heart. This is often where we hold on to upsets and heartbreaks, especially the back solar plexus. And again, nothing wrong with that, but we just want to be able to notice what's there, notice maybe what we've been holding on to, and recognize the energy that is stuck, that is not allowing abundance. And imagine that beautiful violet light flowing down, down, down into your front and back heart chakra. And then in your back heart chakra, completely disintegrating. And when I say chakra and energy center, it's really the same thing. Just feel the flow in your back heart. Let go anything that has been blocking, that has felt fearful, that has felt heartbreaking, disappointing, frustrating. Good. All right. So now bring your attention back to your front heart and imagine that your wish is fulfilled. Your prosperity is real. You've accepted the flow. You've stepped into your full crown energy of receiving. And the dynamics of that are magic. These are unprecedented times, but these can be unprecedented times of love, of healing, of peace, of self-expression, purpose, joy, and connection. So whatever your wish is, acknowledge it as fulfilled. Sometimes it takes time for things from the spiritual realms to flow into our reality realm, our physical realm. But you've made the wish, it is immediately answered. Now step into the place of receiving and open yourself to all of it. As far as I'm concerned, it is done. Feel free to return to this meditation anytime you want to feel that release and that activation of your prosperity power. And now, gently, slowly, you can open your eyes. You can smile. And just feel a sense of reunification with your higher self, a sense of gratitude, and a sense of love, or whatever else comes to mind. It's been tremendously wonderful to have this opportunity to share healing and to talk about prosperity and to do a little bit of a guided visualization. I hope it was helpful, and I will see you another time. Much love. Bye for now.